The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audience.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Trippin' Ain't Easy Live. I am your host, Trip Simpson, in the building.
The first of his name, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm.
That's right. And we got a very, very good program for you guys tonight. But before we get to that, you know we got to handle business.
I know you're going to look after family.
What family you talking about, Ice?
Fuck, I look invisible, nigga.
That's right. I am not invisible. So do me a favor. If you can see me on YouTube, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Tap that notification bell and select all. If you are on Facebook, hit that like button. Tap that share button. If you're on Twitter, hit that retweet button. And I'm not sure, I'm trying this new thing out to see if I'm on Instagram. I don't know if I am or not. But if you can see me on Instagram, what's happening? I can't see any of the comments from Instagram. So if you would like to see the show, and I'll make this reminder several times throughout the show. If you'd like to see the show on a clearer platform, switch on over to the YouTube page. Go to the search bar on YouTube and hit at Trippin' Ain't Easy TV. And it'll take you straight to this channel, straight to this broadcast. All right? So, anyways, now that we got that little business out the way, real quick, not going to be a very long show tonight. I want to talk about this Marques Houston situation that seems to have all of these post-wall, bitter baby mama brigade, strong independent queens going crazy. Now, why does it have them going crazy? We're going to get into that tonight. We're definitely going to get into that. But first, I'd like to get into the article, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about. We can do a quick refresher. So, bear with me while I get to the article. Boom. Let's get it cracking. All right, there we have it. Marques Houston explains why he didn't like dating women his own age. And I guess this is a credible source. This is from Vibe magazine. So, yeah, other than award ceremonies, I would recommend their journalism. Marques Houston is still defending his... Oh, no, that's the Source Awards. Vibe didn't have no awards. I'm thinking about the Source. Anyway, I guess Vibe is credible. Marques Houston is still defending his marriage to Maya Dickey, a young woman he met when she was 17 years old and married at 19, while he was 38 the day of their nuptials. In a new interview with Page Six, the singer, now 41, explained his past reluctance to date women his own age. First explaining that women with children are a red flag. He said, nothing against single women, but single mothers with children are a red flag for me. I tip my hat and respect women that are raising children on their own. But when I grew up, I never really wanted to have kids. He further explained, I would talk to my dad a lot, and he would always tell me to have your own kids because you never know what the baby daddies are about. That's a fact. So if you're going to have kids, make sure it is with a woman that never had kids. So that's always my red flag. A woman with an attitude. I don't like women with attitudes. Off the break, I'm already liking Marques Houston. Telling it like it is. The Houstons welcomed a daughter, Zara Denise, December 2021. The former Sister actor went on to say, women his age can also come with baggage that younger women don't, and exhibit a certain level of independence that can make some men feel as if they're not needed. I mean, I don't understand what's wrong with that. He's on point. He's on point. Women that are my age, they kind of have a different outlook on life. Like, a lot of women my age are very independent. They are very like, I don't need a man to do this for me because I can do it for myself. I come from a generation that I love to provide for my wife. So he's a traditional man. He added, there's a lot of women my age I've dated that may have baggage. They may have kids. They may not. There's so many different women I've been with throughout my life, and it just so happens to be that this one, Maya, caught my heart. Everything that I prayed for and everything that I wanted in a woman, she came with. Although she was young, I'm young in spirit. Houston was met with backlash after it was revealed that he met his future wife when she was 17. On a recent episode of TV One's Uncensored, the R&B crooner claimed the pair didn't pursue romance until Dickie was of age. People don't understand it, and I got a lot of backlash for marrying someone that was 19. When we did finally start to talk, I was like, this woman is like me. And I would talk to her. She just, for one, we had a spiritual connection, and I feel like that's the most important thing. We both love God, yada, 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 yada. So, as you can see right there, the man clearly stated that he was not dating her until she turned of age. But for some reason, the bitter women on the internet, especially from the Shade Room, have managed to flip that whole thing and turn it to him being a predator, which he clearly is not. The young lady is not saying that he was a predator, and he clearly said we didn't start doing anything until she was 18. Now, this is interesting to me, and what I want to do is I want to take a flashback. I want to review an old Kevin Samuels video because it relates almost precisely to what we're going to talk about tonight. And that's pretty much why older men don't prefer to date women their age or older. So, without wasting any more time, let's get to that video.
The reason you are unmarried, that you are not finding success in long-term relationships with men of value, is not your fault. That's what they keep trying to tell you. All right, well, let's move black men out of it. Why can't you find any man? And then you start hearing this BS about, well, black women are the most racially loyal and this and that. That's crap. No. I have a question to all the women who keep pumping this stuff, and I find it disturbing that so many of these women claim to care about women's outcomes. Well, if you care about women's outcomes, when are you going to stop lying to them? When are you going to stop lying and stop saying that the problem is not that there are not enough fish? The problem is you're not the right bait. The problem is you focused on your career. You focused on your career. You focused on dealing with the wrong dudes, the wrong guys in your youth. You did not prioritize marriage in your youth because you wanted to live a different kind of life. You wanted to eat sushi and travel and this and that. And cool, you wanted to do all that. And then you wanted to turn around at 30 years old or at 35 years old with your frozen ass eggs and everything else, and you wanted to turn to the market and you wanted to pick up investment banker. You wanted an investment banker to be there, still pining for you like he did back in college when you were the shit. You wanted to date whoever you dated, do whatever you did, and then you wanted to turn her back around to the market on your terms, on your time frame, and get the kind of man you thought you deserved, and then have that man get on your program. Disney can't make this stuff up. And I'm tired of you women still lying to these ladies, and you're a bunch of liars because you know better. I've listened to a lot of these women I've talked to these women. And it's funny, we can sit down and talk one-on-one, and then I can listen to how the more the women talk to women, the more they're starting to recognize.
So yeah, we can see right there. I'm not gonna play any more of this video because it's kind of long. Pause. But yeah, so basically what the reason why I wanted to play that clip is because I wanted to show you guys the basis behind how a lot of these women got to the point where they feel like it's wrong for Marques Houston to do this or to say this. I could have married a 41-year-old woman and it could have been disastrous. So what I want to do real quick before I make my next point, I want to go to this shade room page and read some of these comments to basically what Marques Houston's personal choice was. I want you to read the comments of what these women think about him marrying his wife. Here we go. I am Danny Lee. Shout out to her. I know her. Says older men date teenagers because they want to mold them and manipulate them. A female's brain doesn't even fully develop until she's 25. Well, Miss Danny Lee, nobody cares about that. Men aren't thinking about where your mind is developed. Men do not want, especially men of some type of means, do not want to deal with a woman who's been everywhere, who's done everything, who's dealt with all types of niggas. Because the more and more you deal with a woman like that, the more she expects out of you. The more of her bullshit she brings from past experiences and puts it on you. That's why you get a younger woman who hasn't been to Greece, who hasn't been to, island hopping and all this shit, who isn't out eating sushi and going to brunch every weekend. You go out and give her those experiences and show her the world. That way, you do mold her and you get the woman, you get the kind of woman that you want to get. And I think that's one of the major problems right now in America, period. Not just the black community. In America, period, that's a major problem. There's too many women who want to do the shit men do. So they spend their 20s trying to be a man, and then they hit their mid-30s thinking that someone's supposed to just accept them with all their bullshit and give them a commitment when they spent the first 15 years of adulthood giving it out to everybody. It don't work like that. And that's why most of y'all are single. And that's why a lot of men these days ain't even worried about getting married. They're not even worried. They're not even worried about getting married. I saw an article early today that said David's Bridal, one of the longest running bridal stores in America, is going out of business. That shit's going out of business. David's Bridal has been around since I can remember. That shit's going out of business. Why? Because nobody wants to marry none of you post-wall, bitter baby mama brigade, strong independent queens. It's too much of a hassle. It's too much of a hassle. Let's get back to these comments though. I want y'all to see this hating shit these motherfuckers is on in the shade room. Boy, if you don't. Naturally, Bo says, so men who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s have a clean slate and no baggage? Yes, that's true. It's only the women who carry the baggage. Okay, noted. That's true. Men and women have different scenarios. Men start off with no value. They have to gain value, and the more value they gain, they get better over time. Women are born with value. And every year after 18, they lose a little and a little and a little. That's why it's important, ladies, to not squander your 20s. That's why it's important, because you have the most value between the ages of 18 and 25. Once you squander that, you're out of the water. Let's go. I smell control. What but what a man seeks to control will eventually control him. Okay. As a divorce attorney, it's cases where there is a huge disparity in ages that are disastrous. Wait until she woman's up. I mean, she may have some validity there, but I mean, hell, divorces are running rampant with people the same age. Hell, damn near everybody I know who's married that's the same age is getting a divorce now. Or they are divorced. This one girl says, I'm 34 years old and child free. Just say you prefer much. Here's one that's interesting. She says, the word for today is grooming. That antiquated idealism is the foundation of grooming. Men like him choose not to address the inadequacies of their personalities and upbringing and mental health lack that would require him to be more than just Marques Houston to women his age. See, this is another cry for help. No man in their right mind, especially who's rich, who's over 40 years old, who's been spending his life being a playboy or just dating around. If you're ready to settle down and start a family, why in the hell would you do it with somebody who's about to not even be able to have babies no more? Number one. But yeah, there's a lot of disrespectful comments here. I don't see, they're not pulling up here, but I saw comments basically saying shit like that's why you got raped and all this shit. And it's like, damn, all this hate because he chooses to date younger women? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, the funny part to me is that all these women have all this crap to say about a man who hasn't broken the law and is legally married to another consenting adult, but they don't have any issue with the women who have done way worse with underage boys or underage teenage boys. Where's the smoke for Mary J. Blige? Where is the smoke for Mary J. Blige? That's right. Where is the smoke for Mary J? Oh yeah. You see, according to former Death Row singer Danny Boy, according to him and Mary J. Blige were having relations when he was 15, 16 years old. That's right. 15, 16 years old. You don't believe me? You don't believe me, huh? All right, let's get to it. Let's go to the videotape.
And my god brother was there with me. He said, come up by yourself. So when he said that, it's either it's another girl upstairs for me, or somebody probably finna get their ass whooped upstairs, something. I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, oh man, here we go. I get up to the room and it's a table full of girls sitting around the table. And they all eating, everybody eating, and they ordering food, and some of the homies are in the room. And Misa's sitting there. Misa is Puffy's baby mother. Devontae's, one of Devontae's baby mama, and I think Casey's baby mama was up there. No, it wasn't. It was Devontae's baby mama and Mary and a couple other chicks that was at the table. And we talking and we drinking. And you know, I'm kind of excited again. I'm from the west side of Chicago, and who doesn't look up to Mary J. Blige as, like, you know, one of the queens, you know, of that time. She's the queen of R&B at that time, at least in the hood. And we up there chilling and drinking. And I think after I left for a little while, we was talking. I think I left out, and Suge called me back up to the room. He said, come back upstairs, man. You know, old girl want to see you. Fuck is old girl? I'm thinking one of the other girls that was at the table. And I get up there to the room. Suge's in his room, and Misa's sitting on the bed with a sheet wrapped around her. You know, and you can kind of see like her nice body, and she got this sheet wrapped around her. And Mary's sitting on the couch. So I know the girl that he in the bed with don't want me. So I went in, he closed the door and shit, and I sit down and I
Now keep in mind, he's 15, 16 years old. The story he's telling right now, he's 15, 16 years old.
start talking to Mary. And the inside, I'm about to lose it because I'm actually sitting here talking to Mary. She's sitting on the couch and shit, and we ordered some food and some more drinks. And somebody knocked on the window, knocked on the door. She ran and kind of damn near jumped behind the couch hiding. And I'm looking like, what your problem is? And she, make sure that's not Kay. Kay. You know, and I'm like, oh, man, I don't care. You know, I'm talking to him. I don't care who he is. You ain't got to be running and jumping and did it. But she was actually talking about KC.
Keep in mind, Mary J was dating Casey, I think, at the time, or one of them dudes in Jodeci. So he's saying he's 15 years old. He's at some after party from some award show. He's upstairs with Mary J. Blige in the hotel. She's buying him drinks illegally, getting him drunk, getting him either drunk, feeding him. And then KC knocks on the door. She jumps, hides behind the couch.
She was thinking that KC, she had like this postpartum type, you know, the shit that people in the army probably go through when they hear bangs. Like when it came to KC at that time. right. You know, and she's sitting on the couch and shit. I'm like, you know, you ain't got to worry about him. You know, you straight. You did it like, I'm 15, 16 years old. And she laying on the couch. And I'm sitting on the other end, and she lay down on the couch and put her head in my lap. I'm like, damn. He can't.
Take the weed, I need the money though.
Take the wall, I left the wall.
On my lap. And I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, what is this gonna end up to? And she stayed a couple more hours. And we decided to go in the other room because it was sweet. We went
I got that thug in love.
in another room and lay down. And she lay down with me and she kind of like backed up against me. And every time she backed up against me, I would move away and shit, you know? And
This sounds like sexual assault to me. He's a little boy. She backing it up on him. He moving away. She already got him drunk. Come on now. Believe all men.
from that time, I had an opportunity to go out to New York and visit her a couple more times. But, you know, that's why I was kind of confused when I heard Kurt saying that Mary was pot girl. Because at that time, she was my girl. At that time, I'm 15, 16 years old, and she... flying me in to see her. And you know what it is when a girl back up on you, you young and shit, and I'm trying to show her that she ain't phasing me. I'm hard as goddamn. She's backing up against me. This Mary J. Blige. And quite mentally got me, you know, I don't even know if you're supposed to say you had sex with people on.
Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? This is a well-detailed story. This man is he has told this story several times and put it in a book. Why hasn't Mary J. Blige been brought up on charges like Bill Cosby? Feeding alcohol to a minor and then having relations with him? I'm just saying. How has she, where's Me Too? Where are they?
Camera? Anyway, whatever. I'm not quite sure, but...
Relations.
Yeah, we had relations. That's a good way. That's a good way to put it out. And I said it in the book, and I was, you know, I was saying it because it was my Instagram moment. I should say, before Instagram came out. Or that was my moment. That was my social media moment to be able to say that in the book. Because had it been cameras or something around or being able to make a post, I probably would have tried to make it something very serious with her, especially after being there more than 5 times.
And you kept in contact with me
more than 5 times.
Mary J. Blige after that, right?
I did, for sure. For sure. She would fly me in sometimes, and I'd fly down to see her. And my last time seeing her in New York was I was on my way to work with Devontae in Rochester, New York.
Tell me about that.
Well, Suge wanted me to go down to New York to work with Devontae. At this time, Devontae was running The Basement. His crew was called The Basement, and they were down in Rochester. And he had Timberland and Magoo, Missy. Missy was a part of the group Sister. I think it was Missy and Tweet. And my boy Genuine.
So there you have it. There you have it. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, how can we substantiate this? I mean, first off, Mary J has yet to comment on any of this. I feel like if she didn't do it, she would say she didn't do it. But me personally, I don't have any reason to believe that he's lying. Now, not only was he taking advantage of Mary J. Blige, allegedly, he also came out and spoke on a situation that he had with another big artist at the time. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the artist Jewel that was in death row, but he came out and spoke about how she topped him off when he was 15. Now, that ended up to be true because Jewel admitted it. Jewel admitted it. So let's get to that.
Danny Boy. I did an interview with Danny Boy, and he told a story about how you came to his hotel room.
Fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm playing this video under the Fair Use Act.
One day, and you gave him fellatio. He also told his same story in his book. You told a story in your book about you and Joelle's. You care to share that story?
Yeah, what part of it?
I mean, in your book, you said that she gave you fellatio.
The best. The best.
Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
No disrespect.
So give me the backstory on that. How did that come about?
Well, you know, I was my baby mama gonna kill me because I had a baby mama at this time. And you know, the funny thing is that people have been saying, you know, watch out for Joelle. Don't, she gonna da-da-da-da. And I'm like, no, she not. You know, and I'm young and she's older. And she came to the room one time and you know, for respect of her kids and everybody, I won't say everything, but yeah, we started messing around a couple of times.
Now look what's funny. He has respect for her kids, so he ain't gonna say it out loud. But watch when this broad get to talking.
And she started getting a little serious, and Joelle was a little really gangster. Like Joelle would also, you know, she would do all these things and was the best at whatever everybody say she the best at, but you can get your ass whipped by Joelle at the same time. Joelle can go out in the hallway and beat like 4 or 5 girls up at the same time. So to be around her at that time at such a young age, you know, it was kind of considered like, what do they call it? The vet. She was my first vet, I guess I could say.
Right.
The first vet, or was it Tiger? Yeah. She was the first vet that I kind of messed around with. And she was the first lady at death row. Came to my room and she knew I had a girl. She kept telling me some shit. I think she said some shit like, you know, who is this crazy ass girl?
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm 53 now. Honestly, I took so much like thug ration and weed and ecstasy. I I can't remember back in days what I did, but if he said I did it, I don't even remember. Danny Boy, what size was it? Okay. Well, let me be real. So, let me say that my disobedience to the Lord is your salvation. If I did, which I think I did, give Danny Boy the Jewel experience back in the days, I didn't know he was under no age. Now he trying to make me seem like I'm like Law and Order, SVU.
Now wait a minute. How do you work for the same record company around each other all this time and don't know how old this dude is? How do you not know a 15-year-old boy when you see one?
Special Victims Unit. I watch that all the time. Anybody know me? Law and Order and Monk. Mari, you are the father. And Steve Wilkos. Those are my favorite songs. And the news, of course. So I would have never got with Danny Boy if he was underage. Now, Danny Boy had a fake ID when he came to Death Row. So I thought he was legal. And Danny Boy, I thought he was really cool. And at first I was angry. And some mother would have been missing their son right about now. But because Jewel knows the whole...
Now, she graped, we're going to use the word grape for the algorithm. She graped a 15-year-old boy. And now she's admitting on camera that she would do something to him physically, like a physical assault to him for running his mouth. And if he would have ran his mouth back then, she's saying she would have had him done it. This is the type of shit they allow women to say on camera and nobody does anything. But you expect us men to take all these fake ass allegations that these women come up with every other day on successful black men. You expect us to take those seriously when y'all sit up and you can watch this. Millions of people have seen these videos and y'all don't have anything to say about it. Nothing. Y'all got nothing to say. This shit's crazy. This shit's absolutely crazy. See, this young man has been exposed to a lot of things at a very young age. But see, here's the thing. This shit doesn't even matter to most women. Most women don't care about what happened to this young man, and most women don't really care about what's going on with Marques Houston and his wife. It has absolutely nothing to do with abuse or abusers. It's all about jealousy. In my opinion, it's all about jealousy. That's why these chicks can't stand seeing Marques Houston marrying a 19-year-old woman. Because they forget. See, most of these chicks who are in their mid-30s to mid-50s were they themselves dealing with older men when they were in high school. A lot of them was in high school doing it exclusively. Matter of fact, I would go out on a limb and say most of their baby daddies are most likely by the older men they were dealing with back then. And nobody had a problem with it. Not even their mothers. Not even their mothers. So miss me with that bullshit. See, Marques Houston is a rich man who can pretty much have his pick of the litter. Oh, let me get this shit off the screen. My bad. Marques Houston is a rich man who can have his pick of the litter. Why in the hell would he pick a 40-plus-year-old woman to start a family with? A single 40-year-old or older woman isn't going to bring you anything except baggage and expectations from prior relationships. But what do I know? What do I know? Listen. Whether you agree, you disagree, or you're indifferent, do me a favor, leave a comment in the chat, or if you're watching this video on the replay, leave a comment on the comment section below. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to tap that notification bell and select all. And also, never forget, tripping ain't easy, but somebody's got to do it. Peace out. Catch y'all on the next one.